So the issue he was having with the misfire was because that collar was broken off the end of the plug, and it's supposed to look worn out like that, not like that. The strap, what did I say? Hook?
Okay, so we got the little piece of the spark plug back. Our straight magnet extendable thing wasn't working, so we got a bendy one from O'Reilly's. And then I just used some of this Gorilla Tape so that it wouldn't kind of
fall
retract
back
itself in.
Yeah.
So I could push on it to make this bend, and then I just turned it in a circle, pulled it out, and there we go.
Nice. Do you have the original spark plug?
Mm-hmm. So that is right here. And you can compare it to the cylinder 1 spark plug.
Yeah.
And you can tell which one the cylinder 2 misfire was happening from.
Yeah. So the only plugs we unplugged for the compression test is this top one right here, which the little thing we use a little tab or a little pick on the bottom just to get the little press tab there to come up and then pull that out. So it's just this top one right here, the one my finger's touching. So that's right on the front of the intake there. And then the other one we did was right on top of the pump here, which same thing, you're just pushing down on this. And it's kind of hard, but yeah, he just pushed down on that and eventually it'll wiggle straight back. And that'll keep your car from actually starting. Both will, but that one is the important one for us. So we did that, and then all he did was hit the start button, and then that cranked over and we saw our numbers. And you just let it go until it stops building, and then hit the start button again to stop it. You're good. Yeah, it's like right at 190, 85. No, wait, that's 180 to 210, so yeah, 190. All right, so we got 190 on cylinders 1 and 2, so that tells us that hopefully nothing damaged piston 2 too terribly. So we're throwing new plugs in, and we're going to do an oil change, make sure we're not throwing little metal shavings anywhere just in case. He knew he was having the issue because he was driving, and it started making noises, and you said it was kind of tinking like intermittently, right?
It was kind of stuttering, too, so like I thought my traction control is kicking up weird because it is just starting to snow in Minnesota here. So I thought I was like on a patch of ice in my summer tires that I haven't put my winter tires on yet. I thought it was just like freaking it out a little bit, and then I came to a red light, and then I accelerated again, and it started doing like a at the same time with throttle,
which was just a shitload of misfires because your plug tip just got knocked off, and then luckily you drove it half a mile here.
Almost here, so then I pulled right in the driveway, put it in park, and then I heard some clacking around up here, and then before I could even shut it off, it shut itself off. Yeah. And I was like, ooh. So then I threw the code reader in and cylinder 2 misfire, and that's where we've gone from here.
And hopefully we got out lucky, but we'll find out soon enough and we'll let you know.
Take your filter. Most of these are going to be paper, just paper pleats. So they filter through the paper. Just the paper itself is fibrous enough that the oil can get through, and it traps the large contaminants. So a good way to check simply is take it and you just 2 slices and you just cut out the pleats, and that's what that'll look like.
Nice.
And then you'll end up with a stack of pleats that'll look
a little
like
accordion.
That.
Yep.
Keep it together, put it in a vise, squeeze it until you can't squeeze anymore. A lot of oil will come out of this, a lot more than you expect to. While it's squeezed, take a rag and just dab off the oil, and then you can open it up, and some sparkle is just fine.
Yeah, you can actually see a little bit
You're
in there.
always going to have some sparkle.
Yep, you'll see little teeny pieces of metal in there, which is, you know, ideally none is good, but that's very little. Like you can see the one little sparkle right above my finger here. A couple little, like 3 little ones right there. But yeah, overall that looks pretty good.
Engines work off of metal on metal, so some sparkle is okay.
It's inevitable. But yeah, no big chunks, which makes us happy.